Hello and welcome to another episode of MTG Arena Run. Today we're going to continue our foray with the Legion of Dusk deck. So far we're 50-50 on the deck. The first win was actually quite good. We did pretty well against a mono red aggro. Second game, we were quite close. It was close toss up, but our opponent with also a vampire deck did much better than us. Anyway, we're gonna proceed to our next game. Right now, we cannot afford the loss if we want to reach the mythical 5 wins. I would be happy with at least one more win. It's a buyback of initial outlay. So let's see who we're up against this time. Opponent's going first. Still recording. That's the good part. Yeah, I really have to pay attention to how the recording system is. I don't have a second screen. I don't think I'll be able to afford one anytime soon. So right now, okay. Nope, cannot keep this. One land. And force. We have a 1-drop. It's the wrong 1-drop. And it's a nice curve. We're just not gonna make it. And so I'm gonna mow this one. And okay, at least we can run into Aetherborn into Dusk Legion Zealot. Hopefully we can get a nice white source. So we're gonna keep this one. Okay, I wanted the white source, so I'm gonna send that to the bottom. So let's hope our opponent is not too aggressive. Okay. Actually, I don't know whether I should be happy with that or not. So I'm definitely gonna run out the Aetherborn first. Here's hoping our opponent plays another tap. Yep. Actually, we drew into a very nice opening. Aetherborn into Mavren Fane. Probably will end up in this situation. We're definitely gonna be holding Mavren Fane back. So definitely. Well, let's eat the counter spell at least. Yeah, we're definitely eating a counter spell at this point. It's a big one disallowed. So at least we're swinging it for 2. Opponent's now at 4 mana. We could open into Sanctum Seeker. Gives us a way to use our mana at least. We could just, or we could, because we could anyway play Dusk Legion's Zealot and the Queen's Commission next turn. Or we can play the Dusk Legion. Play the Dusk Zealot now. We already played our land. Hope to draw into another 2-drop maybe. Let's see. Okay, so we'll tap those 2. At least this one probably won't get countered. Oh, it actually did get countered. Okay. So we're not drawing a card, but at least we get to flinch. Check the recording because I asked. Okay, still recording. So far so good. We've hit our opponent twice, but we've only got 1 creature in the board. And we now have to start hitting Teferi.
I won't hide from the world any longer. You know what? I'm not done yet.
And our opponent could have something like a seal away backup. So anyway, we're gonna start by smacking. We're gonna start by smacking Teferi down. Okay. So I'm gonna send the Aetherborn into Teferi. It's gonna buy our opponent a lot of time. And we're gonna run out Queen's Commission. Probably gonna eat the negate. Or a sensor. Actually, no. Oh, cycling. Okay. Am I glad I didn't run out Sanctum Seeker just yet? Cycle again? Yep. Oh man. Okay, so we know we have to. So we know we're gonna have to side in some of our enchantment removal. Okay, let's play the 6-drop.
Keep up the pace.
I guess we run Sanctum Seek. Well, our opponent here's hoping that our opponent doesn't leave up 4. Okay, so he just does that. So let's see. I'm actually gonna just play the Legion Lieutenant, bait the counter. If he doesn't counter it, I know that pretty much means he has settled the wreckage. Or he has a Fumigate backup. Torrential Gear Hulk. He's gonna buy back the Essence Scatter. Okay. So I'm gonna lead with... So I'm actually gonna just run King again. I'm gonna send Aetherborn into Teferi. Torrential Gear Hulk is gonna start charging in 2, I suppose. Still concerned our opponent might have a settled wreckage. At least it drew.
Hurry!
Lands from our hand. Opponent's stuck with a lot of stuff in hand. Spent all of it on Torrential Gear Hulk. He probably has something else. Okay. So opponent's not doing anything. He's untapping our land. Thank you. I guess we can just play the Sanctum Seeker. He'll run a second Torrential Gear Hulk, perhaps. Why the heck not? If he has counter spells, I need to get them out of his hand anyway. Oh, he's not countering it. Now here comes the scary part. I can attack with all of them if he settles anyway, so be it. So first I'm probably just gonna send 2 into the Aetherborn. Actually no, we have to send at least 3. So Sanctum Seeker does not trigger. Yep, it's loss of life, not damage. So our opponent is gonna have some blocks or a settle the wreckage. He could have runner settle the wreckage. Oh, blink! Draw a card. He gets one token. At least I get to keep knocking Teferi down. The nice thing is I can keep knocking Teferi down while knocking the life total. Ooh. And it did not block.
No time for a break.
So I can now... I'm really curious now as to what our opponent has in hand. Holding up 7 mana. 8 mana. Approach of the Second Sun. Approach of the Second Sun might be an interesting scenario. We kind of want another land if we want to play these our 2 vampires. Also, how do we... Definitely in sideboard we're gonna put in all our enchantment-based removal. Let's see. What's our opponent doing? Let's just bait it again. Come on, counter this. Yep, Torrential Gear Hulk number 2 into disallow. Probably yep, he's gonna cast disallow. He's gonna wipe the Sanctum Seeker. Still recording. Okay, so let's got that out of the way. I'm still, but since he's kind of tapped out, I'm gonna pay 1 life. Cast this guy. I'm gonna send everyone into Teferi anyway. Most likely that just means he has another Teferi, but at least I'm still draining life this way. least I'm still hurting the opponent, even if I'm just attacking the fairy. So my opponent's gonna probably just attack with... My opponent should be attacking with Gear Hulk soon, unless he's planning to just win approach from the second sun. We may need to
Only
have
time will tell.
We may need to have something like Lost Legacy. Yeah, that's one way to get rid of approach. Yeah, I probably should consider that for a sideboard. Opponent's now at 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Gear Hulk number 3. He'll get Blink of an Eye if ever. Probably gonna take the fairy. Oh, he's now he's charging in. Take 10. He's probably trying to bait us settle the wreckage, so I'm going to just send the tokens in the Vicious Conquistador. Oh! That's perfectly fine. But he's got more cards in hand, probably has several counter spells. Okay, just cast the Aetherborn. I think the Seal always one of the weaker cards. So end turn. Yeah, our opponent gained a lot of, yeah, Fumigate's very good. So just end the turn. So at this point,
I'm known for my excellent timing.
okay.
Hold that thought.
I really wonder who the voice actor is for Teferi. I would have thought that he was more of an Idris Elba myself. So let's see. Okay. So opponent flooded, but he managed to draw his way out. Red. Okay. So I'm just gonna we don't have sanction, but at least I want to hit the fairy at least once. And cast Time Archer as Aspirant. Gonna eat a counter spell. That's perfectly fine, I suppose, except that I am playing creatures off the top of the deck. Yeah, I guess in hindsight, we probably should try to make room for that one, for at least one copy of Champion of Dusk. Okay, he's now gonna re-gas up. I suspect there's an approach of the second sun coming in my future. Problem is, I had... Okay. So...
We need to move quickly.
So I need to get rid of Teferi. Yeah, I definitely want to put the Excellence Bindings in again. Definitely. But I also want to load up on early threats too. So... Yeah, decisions. Actually, I could just put in the single copy of Sorcerer's Spyglass. Just to be annoying. Opponent seems to be leaning hard on the fairy. Let's see what this is quite annoying. We're only just not. It's gonna take us about 2 more turns to knock out the fairy to size. Not doing so well. Opponent's gonna probably play yet another Torrential Gear Hulk. These guys are really good, but they're only gonna be around for a few more months. Ooh! You don't need to save up mana. I don't have counterspell. Unless he's hoping to cast something. Oh, he is trying to cast something. Let's see what he ditched also. Just what did he ditch? Land and... No, he just ditched the land, okay. Actually, if he's playing Torrential Gear Hulks, Forsake the Worldly's gonna be okay also. Remember, he does have cast outs, so I can use those. He's gonna be leaning on Fumigates, so I probably should not lean on my own Fumigates as well. Ixalan's Binding. Okay, sure. It's gonna be annoying if I draw another Aetherborn, but I only have one other, and... Yep, I only have one others. I would really like to get access to Vona. Yes, this top lands, I suppose. Not really doing much this time. Usually in a case like this, the player with the player whose game plan is still intact is gonna win. In this case, our opponent is about 70 to 80% likely to win. Opponent's now gonna just start milling the heck out of us. Got rid of Vona, so well, at least he got rid of one of our dead draws, but we're gonna be in a world of hurt. I'm actually curious as to...
Keep up the pace!
Sure, there's Ibnu Rivulet. I'm curious as to why he needed to trigger that now. I guess he had nothing better to do. What's in his hand anyway? Tap, letting cast. Yeah, this is gonna be another one of these long control matchups. Okay, I'm probably ditching the Sealaways at this point. Our opponent barely has any creatures. Let's see. Torrential Gear, Hulk, Lyra, nothing else. I'm guessing he probably has a Lyra. He might actually sneak one of those in. I'm still gonna ditch the Sealaways. I'm also gonna ditch the Fatal Pushes also. So, let's see. That's Cast Out, Ixalan's Binding, Forsake the Worldly.
Let's skip to the good part.
Sorceress Spyglass. So that's my sideboard plan. Opponent still hasn't tried to win yet. Actually, once our opponent gets his emblem, we're gonna have no way to win either. Yeah, we're drawing dead, but I want to keep casting anyway. Memorial to Genius, Isolate the Chapel. Yeah, it's a slow burn. We do have more cards than the opponent has, but yeah, it's kind of sad that the opponent managed to hit a lot of our gas. I'm really curious, what's our opponent's win strategy? Is he just drawing into approach? And this is all just counter spells? If that's the case, then we need to keep all our early aggressive features. Yep. Pressure map. This is gonna be this game could take forever. I suspect he might have some stuff like commit to memory if he's aiming to draw approach, it's probably not the way. Okay, some gas gonna get countered. I guess we can take out some of our token strategies as well. So, well, Queen's Commission did some work. I don't think our opponent. I actually don't think our opponent has settled the wreckage. So, yeah, right. But right now we are even with. Basically, we don't pay attention to the life total so much, especially aboard this NT. We pay attention to who gets to do more of what they want to do.
We need to move quickly.
Right now, the opponent is doing everything he wants to do. We are just coasting by. We got dead cards in hand and whatnot. If I can. Yeah, this is probably the most boring gameplay video right now. If our opponent emblems out, I'm going to concede. If opponent casts approach, I'm also going to concede. I have no way to race against this much life.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Yeah, good for you. I think I'm kind of... I think I'm very done at this point. There's another... Yeah, this is a tricked out deck. If you can afford the mana base like this. So... I guess we can also put in duress. Your opponent's glitching syncopate. And eat the counter spell. I've kind of seen enough though. I kind of seen enough at this point. So let's see what our opponent does. If he plays out the emblem, he's just gonna take out our permanents one by one. So yeah. Yep. That's it. We're gonna see that we have no way to catch up. We definitely have to start working on our sideboard. We need to get our revenge. So Fatal Pushes go, Seal Aways go, Excellence Binding cast out. Sorcerer's Spyglass goes in. We want the other Gifted Aetherborn. Gonna drop Call to the Feast. Do I want... I guess we can put Duresses in. Kind of want to Forsake also this additional... Okay, let's see. What if we put that in, what do we take out? Queen's Commission. Queen's Commission for 2 copies of Forsake. 1 Profane Procession. This is one way to get back. Our opponent's not playing that many creatures though, but he is playing really good ones. So I guess we just put... Yeah, let's put the 2 Forsakes and 1 Profane Procession. Why not? Okay, let's double check, see if we're still recording. Yep. Half a gig in. Yeah. Let's see how much better we do in this case. Though our opponent's deck is really tricked out, I don't have high hopes. Okay, let's see. Forsaken Sanctuary. Oh, these are all tap lands. I guess I can Forsaken Sanctuary into Desert. It's gonna be slow. Alright. I'm gonna keep it anyway. So we're gonna play this Forsaken Sanctuary turn 1. Okay, our opponent mulliganed. So basically, we're hoping to draw an untapped land if we want to get Dusk Legion Zealot on turn 2. Otherwise, it's kinda fine. Yeah, I guess. Okay. So we're just gonna play this on turn 2. I want to hold the cast out. It's still removal, and it does answer. Okay, Knight of Grace. Okay, he sided into the aggro plan. That's perfectly fine, I suppose. Okay, end turn. So here we draw Vona when we didn't need to. Let's play the Dusk Legion Zealot first. Yes, it's gonna make our enemies. Definitely play the Desert. Next turn will be at 4. If our opponent doesn't play another Knight of Grace, I will Excellence Binding the heck out of it. He could be playing something like History of Benalia. That would be a very interesting transformational sideboard. It'll give me something to think about also. Okay, he's representing counter. So let's go into combat first. We could just hold up, but if we're just playing the counter game, no, I need to draw more cards. Not much of a race, but let's see. We could just play the Conquistador. I don't have plans of cycling Forsake yet. Cast out. Yeah, let's just cast Vicious Conquistador. We need to kind of race at some point. So end the turn. The Forsake might not be such a great card here. Okay, opponent's not playing the fourth land. We're not gonna block. So let's see what our opponent does. Okay, he's doing nothing. So I'm gonna play if near Deadlands. I'm gonna swing with everyone. Our opponent's literally just holding up this allow. So I'm gonna play the Gifted Aetherborn. And I'm probably gonna just cycle the Forsake. I wonder what our opponent's holding up. If he's aiming for Fumigate, in that case I probably should stop playing creatures at this point. Okay. We're hurting a bit for mana now, so I'm not gonna just use if near Deadlands yet. But it is a consideration. Okay, down to 9. We can start buying some life back. But right now, opponent has to play something. Yeah, we'll cycle this one now. Okay, Legion's Landing. That's actually perfectly fine. Not a land. So I'm gonna cast Legion's Landing. If that eats a counter spell, Sanctum Seeker comes in. I'm opening myself up to Fumigate though. The better plan might just be let it get countered. Excellence Binding the Knight of Grace. Fumigate. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna cast it out. The Teferi is the one I really wanna hit with. So at least we can stem the bleeding. That's the good news. Opponents. Okay. Yep, we're gonna cast that out. Send it. We're gonna send it the boys. Okay, now table slightly reversed, but we're still not out of the woods yet. Our opponent can just have Fumigate. If he Fumigates this board, I'm just gonna run out Vona. And if he has removal, I have Excellence Binding support. That's the theory anyway. So he's considering whether to play Fumigate now. Probably should. Okay. Other concern is Torrential Gear Hulk. But he can only buy back Negate. He's only done things with the Knight. He hasn't done much of anything else right now. If he's considering playing another creature... Oh, he's just gonna blink. He's gonna buy the Knight back. So... he's now got counter mana up. You know, let's get that counter out of the way anyway. Though in fairness, yeah, let's get that counter out of the way anyway. I need his counters out of here first. I know it's suspicious that he's built it up. So X equals 2? Yeah. The interesting thing now is Our opponent is now forced to fumigate. Did he keep a counter heavy hand? Okay. Okay, this is our chance. Take note, we are on the draw. I guess our best bet is to put in some duresses in... Okay, we're on the draw, so I'm gonna actually dump the Vicious Conquistadors in favor of duresses. I'm gonna dump one Forsake the Worldly in favor of Queen's Commission. I'm actually gonna put... Yeah, I'm gonna drop the Forsakes again. I think we have enough at this point. Okay, that's our game plan. Our opponent sided in Knights, but we were able to deal with it. I'm actually curious what kind of hand our opponent gets. So our opponent's going first. So ideally we want to turn one Duress, no? But we did get Dusk Legion Zealot into Forerunner of the Legion into Legion Lieutenant. We are gonna keep this. One more land and we have access to cast out, so might want to keep that in mind. I'm gonna play the Swamp first in case I draw another Swamp. If not, oh well, Dusk Legion Zealot it is. No reason to run the Legion Lieutenant, that's basically the glue of our deck. Okay, no luck there, so draw a card it is. If our opponent wants to counter it, be my guest. Let's run the Essence Scatter out. Next turn, if we draw a land, we go Forerunner. If we don't draw a land... Okay, we drew a land. I want to draw more lands, so I'm gonna play the Gifted Aether. Let it eat and... Because actually the... Oh, okay, no counter. End the turn. We could cycle the cast out if we have to, but we're in no rush yet. We need to see what kind of card the opponent plays. Turn. If he can just hold up. Okay, so I drew our fourth land. Let's enter in combat first. Yeah, there's no need to be greedy. No need to run out Legion Lieutenant just yet. So in fact, I'm gonna run Forerunner of the Legion first. Have that eat the counter. Seal away. Yeah, sure, seal that away. Excellent. We could Ixalan's Binding the seal away. Actually, it's not. So let's take action. We need to draw... We're actually gonna just draw into Vona. So the game plan is to cast other stuff for the time being. If our opponent doesn't play anything, we could just cast out to make sure we draw Vona, but let's take our time. Because we actually can still... Forerunner, let's see what our opponent does. Probably no rush. He's just gonna take the damage. So I want to Excellence Binding the seal away, which is gonna eat the counter spell. If he Excellence, oh, he's gonna seal it away in response. Okay. So I wasn't able to do it on time, but at least I got my damage through. So which one do I get? Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So we get that one back. Let's take action. Let's draw Maverick Fane. So our opponent knows we have Bona, but we can bide our time with Maverick Fane Legion Lieutenant. Opponent's at 6 mana. Still not gonna cast no seal away. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Legion Lieutenant first. If he doesn't counter it, I'm just not... Our opponent's holding up a lot of mana. I suspect a Torrential Gear Hulk. It's just gonna buy back Essence Scatter, so... Yeah, let's send it in there. I want to eat as many counter spells, so I'm gonna force him to counter my Mavren. Yeah, he's looking at it. He could just play Torrential Gear Hulk into Essence Scatter. Or just play another Essence Scatter, that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna charge in with just the Forerunner. So, got that out of the way. This could be a close match. He's gotta have something. Another Seal Away? No, that's Excellence Binding. Cast out? That's a possibility. Oh, Blink of an Eye. Oh, that's an interesting one. So here comes the trick. I can just ignore these. I can just ignore these guys for the time being. Yeah, I'm gonna just ignore these guys. I'm just gonna cast another Gifted Aetherborn, force him to counter it. Or not. So combat. Attack. Basically forcing him to have a Fumigate at this point. So right now, not too shabby. Yeah, so we're forcing our opponent to draw cards. Basically, we need to just keep holding casts out up, because we are no rush to get rid of these Seal Aways now. That strategy didn't quite work. A Duress would be nice. It will tell me what the heck our opponent's holding up. Very. Okay. Resolve. He's probably holding up a counter, but...
This isn't a fight you can win.
I'm gonna try to Excellence Binding Teferi anyway. So, resolve...
No time for a break.
If all else fails, I just beat it down with Gifted Aether. Okay, so he's got counter mana up. Yeah, I'm not gonna cycle. I'm anticipating our opponent having much better play. Glimmer of Genius is probably better than... Okay, Radiant Destiny... No. You got the counter, I'm gonna force you to have the counter. Excellence Binding right now. And if you counter, you don't have Settle the Wreckage. Basically, okay, he... So we're just gonna Excellence Binding the Fairy. So he could still have Settled the Wreckage, but I'm perfectly okay with that at this point. So he settles, I get more lands back. Play... Oh, okay. Okay, he didn't have to settle the wreckage. So what does he have? Teferi's basically locked out right now. He's probably gonna Excellence Binding the Excellence Binding. Blink of an Eye. Gets Teferi. Yeah, I really like Blink of an Eye here. Okay, we'll let that resolve. So basically he's buying time, but it's... So he's just drawing stuff.
Hurry!
He's digging for counters at this point, that's for certain. So I'm gonna force him to use that. He only has 3 blue sources. He has a lot of white sources, so I'm anticipating a Settle or Fumigate at any point. I could use a few more lands myself. Nope, still not gonna be very patient. I don't necessarily need another card. Well, you know, it'd be quite mean if I had one extra land. I just cast out in response. Okay, there's a land. Let's bind it again. If he has to counterspell this time, I send the team on towards Teferi. Okay, he has the counter. Or he has the Torrential Gear Hulk. That's another possibility. Oh, he's still drawing cards. Okay, that... Still not over yet, but... It does mean he doesn't have both Settle the Wreckage and a counter spell at the same time. I really wish I could. There's some wait. Oh, he just let it go. Okay. He probably found the settle. I kinda have to. Go in. I kinda have to go in anyway. Okay, so we need to see what his next big threat is, and we gotta hold up cast out for it. He's gonna fumigate. That's perfect. Yep, that's perfectly fine. We anticipated that. He probably has a counter for Vona, so the next thing I'm gonna actually do is just probably cast out one of the Sealaways. Okay. Let's get Legion Lieutenant out first. Let's force him to have the counter. He doesn't have the counter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'm gonna now play Radiant Destiny because I'm in no rush to hold up cast out. Let's cast Vampire. At the most, he can just blink of an eye my guy again, so that's okay. 1, 2, 3. He doesn't have enough mana to draw a card. But he is holding up something. Ah, it's probably just a new rival. Okay, so next turn I am Lyra Dawnbringer. Okay, perfect cast out target. But if cast out doesn't work, I'm gonna have to depend on Vona. So end the turn. Could have a Syncopate, but he has a lot of mana, so Syncopate would off me anyway. Let's bait it with Dusk Legion Zealot first. He's looking. He's considering a counter spell. He could still have a negate. But let's go for it. If he still has a negate... Oh, he doesn't have the negate! He could still have a seal away. Yeah, that was slightly baited. Okay, so still have to attack. At least we're not vulnerable to seal away anymore. We just need to survive one more turn. If not, we're going to have to depend on Vona. Opponent probably has a Torrential Gear Hulk, but I'm gonna have to run into it anyway. Oh, he's drawing cards. He could do that on... He's digging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't dig for one more card. He needs to have an answer in these among this 4. So I'm gonna force him to play whatever answer he has to Legion Lieutenant first, then I'm gonna play out Vona. Okay, he's playing out Walking Ballista. Trade first. Our opponent has to block. If our opponent tries to get cute, he will... Okay, he's just gonna... Okay, he's gonna do it the old-fashioned way. He probably suspects I have a combat trick, but... No, there's no way. He knows this is Vona. He probably has an... enchantment type removal spell. Perfectly fine. I have to run this out. So this is it. Does our opponent have an answer? If he does, we're drawing off the top of our deck. Okay, he's also drawing. He could still have an answer. I probably should attack, then in response, take out one of the CLOEs for Forerunner so I can dig deeper. Oh my gosh, he said good game. Return the pleasantries. Okay, we got our second match win. And I'm gonna try to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. That's a very long match. You're already at 1 gig. You know what? I'm actually gonna take a break here. I'm actually gonna take a break here because this is probably an hour long. I need to check time, but yeah, it's actually quite an hour long. I'm gonna take a break here. We're gonna have one more game. Man, these matches are really long. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us for this run. If you like what you see, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We made parity. Now let's see how much more we can get. Another win gets us 50% more than what we put in, and a few rares. It'd be really nice if we can hit 5 wins, but I'm actually very happy now with 2 wins at least. Anyway, thank you very much. Hope to see you guys again next time for more Magic the Arena Run.